Here we go now.
Here we go now. Here we go now. Here we go now. Here we go now. Oh, Lord. Happy Friday evening. We were live earlier. We were live for our Real Housewives of Orange County recap. We were live for our Real Housewives of Miami recap. You can hear both live recaps on the Kempire podcast. So make sure you subscribe today. You can also hear the audio of this live on the Kempire podcast as well. Shout out to everyone in the live chat that are here. And also shout out to our replay crew as well. I have a few hot topics. And I said this during our Real Housewives of Miami recap. If I felt up to it, I would go live. And I went for a very long 3-mile walk. But here I am live with you guys. I have so many things that I need to be getting done this weekend, but I'm here. I want to talk about some of these hot topics. And some of these hot topics, for those that might be new here and you don't realize, we don't just talk about housewives here on the channel. We talk about everything in pop culture. And sometimes, some weeks it's more housewives stuff. Some weeks it's more pop culture stuff. There was a period of time where we were covering the Diddy trial every single day. I will, of course, have your updates when it comes to Diddy and his sentencing that's coming up next Friday. Right? Yeah, next Friday. So, and he was just in court this past week as well. So be sure to let me know where you guys are watching from, first off, and let me know your good news. It's been a while since we've done that, because, we haven't done Tuesday Takeover in a long time. So normally during Tuesday Takeover, I would ask you, what is your good news? And I'm sure some of you have not been thinking about the things that you have been blessed with this week. What is your good news? My good news is that I made it here. And I feel the energy enough to do this. That's my good news. Good news, I will be going on a trip soon. Oh, so very happy about that. What else is my good news? The swelling from the pain from the gua sha that I had on my calves and my hamstrings are starting to feel a little bit better. Still tender to the touch. Still tending to the judge. Sharmel's watching from Chicago. Singer's watching from the Bronx. Hey, Rahina. What's going on? Rahina's watching on Twitch. Shout out to those of you watching on Twitch. I see you guys. We stream in great quality. We're streaming in 4K, so shout out to you. Jaceline's watching from Nashville. Dear Black Gay Man is watching from Atlanta. Anna's watching from New York. Foxy's in the building. We were like, Foxy's probably asleep. But nope, Foxy's here. Desiree, Oakland, California is in the building. Paula says, good news. I'm back in school at 54. Good for you. We're sending you nothing but good vibes. They say normally when you go back to school older, you do better than you would have done, younger. What are you going back to school for? Let us know in the chat. Miss Keep It Real is watching from DC. Dion's watching from Houston. K Unique is watching from Chicago. Raven's watching from Harlem, NYC. XJ is watching from Baltimore? Was that Baltimore that I saw? It's moving fast. It's moving fast for me. Paul's watching from Arizona, and she's gone back to school. Blue Sky's watching from Texas. Gigi's watching from Georgia. My good news is I lost 65 pounds. We already know that is no small feat. So congratulations to you. 65 pounds. Everyone, a round of applause for the almighty Queen Bee in the chat. BB's watching from Brooklyn. We see you. Thank you, Columbus, Ohio. Miss J's watching from Atlanta. Walter Red is watching from Atlanta. Columbus, Georgia. Sean is watching from Columbus, Georgia. Money Master says, yo, Kempire. Yo. Make sure you guys say hello and thank you to our King's Guards that are holding us down in the chat. Joe Mendoza's in the building. Joe, where you been? How you been? I was asking about you a few weeks ago. Flippiana is watching from Chicago. Ann is watching from Cincinnati. There we go. Carmen's watching from Alabama. Love it, love it, love it. Adrian's watching from the Bronx. Michelle's watching from Michigan. I'm just letting you guys know that the Kempire community is far and wide, okay? Foxy's watching from Sweden, so we're even abroad, okay? So tonight's hot topics, we have a few things that I want to go through. Not all of those things are highlighted in the title or the thumbnail, but I do have a few stories I want to talk to. And normally we report on the passing of public figures and things like that. But this particular passing that happened today, I felt like a short form video just would not do it justice because her life was just, there's so many layers, and we still, not even in this live, could really get down to all of the layers of Assata Shakur. So I want to just read to you what our friends over at AP News wrote, because Assata Shakur passed away today. I believe she was 78 years old. Yeah, 78 years old. And she lived in Cuba because she could not be here in the United States as a free woman. So the AP News writes this: Assata Shakur, a black liberation activist who was given political asylum in Cuba after her 1979 escape from a U.S. prison where she had been serving a life sentence for unaliving a police officer. She has died. Her daughter and the Cuban government said, so they're confirming that she passed away. And mind you, recently, I don't know if they upped the amount of money that they were giving out for prize money to bring her prize money. You know what I mean? The to capture her and bring her back into the States. I believe that they added her to the like most wanted list. She was a part of that already, but it was sort of like brought back up again recently. Okay. Shakur, who was born Joanne Deborah Chesmard, died Thursday in the capital city of Havana due to, quote, health conditions and advanced age, Cuba's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said in a statement. Shakur's daughter, Kakuya, apologies if I'm mispronouncing Shakur, confirmed her mother's death in a Facebook post. Officials in New Jersey, where Shakur had been arrested, convicted, and imprisoned, said that she was 78 years old. A member of the Black Panther Party and Black Liberation Army, Shakur's case had long been emblematic of the fraught relations between the U.S. and Cuba. American authorities, including President Donald Trump during his first term, demanded her return from the communist nation for decades. The FBI put Shakur on its list, there we go, the most wanted terrorist, but in her telling and in the minds of her supporters, she was pursued for crimes she didn't commit or were justified. On May 2nd, 1973, this is why I couldn't do just one short little post talking about her life, because I feel like it's so intricate to the layers of who she is. On May 2nd, 1973, Shakur and two others were pulled over by New Jersey State Police troopers because the car they were driving had a broken taillight. A gunfight ensued, and one of the troopers, Werner Forrester, was unalived and another was wounded. One of Shakur's companions was also unalived. The New York City native fled but was eventually apprehended. She was found guilty of unaliving someone, armed robbery, and other crimes in 1977 and was sentenced to life in prison. Shakur was charged with additional bank robberies and with the non-fatal shooting of two other police officers, but most of those charges were dismissed or resulted in her acquittal. Shakur's prison stint was short-lived, though. In November of 1979, members of the Black Liberation Army, posing as visitors, stormed the Clinton Correctional Facility for Women, took two guards hostage, and commandeered a prison van to break her out. Is there a movie about Assata Shakur? If not, we need one. Because we don't know too much about her life in Cuba as well. Shakur disappeared before eventually emerging in 1984 in Cuba, where Fidel Castro granted her asylum. Offering Shakur safe harbor was one of the most famous examples of Cuba aligning itself with what it describes as revolutionary forces struggling against the oppressive capitalist empire to the north. Much like Cuba supported anti-colonial and left-wing forces in Africa, Central and South America, the Cuban government saw that the armed Black liberation movement in the U.S. as a part of a global revolutionary struggle. New Jersey State Assemblyman Michael Iganamort, who sponsored a resolution last year calling on Cuba to extradite Shakur. See, I knew this was recently in the news. Recently, Cuba to extradite Shakur lamented Friday that justice was never served in Forrester's death, while the labor union representing the New Jersey officers dismissed Shakur for her crime and cowardice. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy and State Police Superintendent Patrick Callahan said that they would vigorously oppose any attempt to repatriate Shakur's remains to the U.S. Sadly, it appears she has passed without being held fully accountable for her heinous crimes, they said in a joint statement. Unlike his killer, Trooper Forrester never had a chance to live out his days in peace. So Sundiata Akoli, who was also convicted in Forrester's unaliving, was granted parole in 2022 after being imprisoned for nearly 3 decades. In her writings over the years, Shakur had maintained that she didn't shoot anyone and had her hands in the air when she was wounded during the gunfire. For those that are just joining, we're talking about the passing of Assata Shakur, who passed away in Cuba while in asylum at 78 years old. The AP continues, it said more recently, her writings became a rallying cry during the Black Lives Matter movement, though opponents criticized her words as being influenced by Marxist and communist ideology. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win, Shakur wrote in Assata, an autobiography originally published in 1988. We must love each other and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Black Lives Matter Grassroots Incorporated, a collective of racial justice activists from around the U.S., vowed to, quote, fight in her honor and memory. AP continues, Malkia Amala Cyril, an early organizer of the BLM movement, expressed sorrow because Shakur died during a time of rising authoritarianism. The world in this era needs the kind of courage and radical love she practiced if we're going to survive it, said Cyril, whose late mother had been part of the Black Panthers in New York alongside Shakur. Shakur's influence extended into the music world. She was famously close to the family of late rapper Tupac Shakur, who had considered her a godmother. Public Enemy, the political hip-hop group, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees are thought to be the first major artists to reference Shakur. The 1988 song Rebel Without a Pause from the album It Takes a Nation includes the lyric supporter of Chesmard, referring to her legal name. Rapper Common told Shakur's story in his 2000 song, A Song for Assata. The Grammy Award winner's invitation to the White House poetry event in 2011 during the Obama administration drew outrage from conservatives and law enforcement groups who felt it was disrespectful to Forrester's family and police officers broadly. Assata Shakur passed away in Cuba while in asylum on Thursday at the age of 78 years old. 78 years old. Whew. So, as I said to you before, there are so many public figures that we report on, and we talk about them as much as we can in a short form video. Sometimes we do a long form video. There was just too much that I needed to say about Assata Shakur. May she rest in peace. Okay. All right. Let me see. Hold on. While I do that, guys, don't forget to like the video. We're almost at 200 likes. Thank you to everyone that already came in and liked the video. I appreciate your support. Okay. And shout out to everyone watching on Twitch. I see you as well. Let's move on to this next story. Since we're talking about Assata Shakur, we got to talk about Jasmine Crockett, because we haven't talked about, Jasmine Crockett, a representative in Congress. We haven't talked about her, but she's been in the news a lot this week. Okay. So I'll first start here because Laura Loomer, an unpaid intern for the Trump administration, After Jasmine Crockett was on CNN and said this. Hold on.
Laid out that honestly hurts my heart is when I saw the no votes, there were only 2 Caucasians. For the most part, the only people that voted no were people of color, because the rhetoric that Charlie Kirk continuously put out there was rhetoric that specifically targeted people of color. And so it is unfortunate that even our colleagues could not see how harmful his rhetoric was, specifically to us. And you know what?
So that was something that she had said, Jasmine Crockett, representative, said on CNN. So Laura Loomer on Twitter, okay, as Lakeith says, Laura Loser, says this on Twitter, working under the Trump administration, okay, says this: "It hurts my heart that we have ghetto black B-words who hate America serving in Congress." It's important for me to note she's working under the Trump administration. If this were any other time in our lives, going on social media and saying that while working for any employer, it doesn't even have to be the Trump administration, any employer, if anyone went on social media and said that about anyone on social media, this person would lose their job. So that's what Laura Loomer said. "It hurts my heart that we have ghetto black B-words who hate America serving in Congress." So she said this, I don't know, several days ago. Exactly. Bergie says, "America, are you okay?" Merch now available at houseofkempire.com. So I'm sorry, shameless plug. Shameless plug. So Jasmine Crockett had some words for her this week.
They think that I am, younger than I am. But just so y'all know, I am 12 years older than Laura Cooper.
12 years older than Laura Loomer. And she said, to be clear, there is no Botox. Good for you, Jasmine. All right. The reason why we're even talking about Jasmine, because not only was Laura Loomer being outright racist on social media, you have to listen to what the President of the United States had to say about Representative Jasmine Crockett. Take a listen to what not y'all president. I won't do that to y'all tonight. The President of the United States had to say about Jasmine Crockett. And to the person that just disliked the video, you're racist. I'm just saying, come on. Because what have I said for you to dislike the video? Or you just came in here to hate? Okay, you're MAGA? Keep watching. We appreciate the view. Anyway, so this is what Donald Trump had to say about Jasmine Crockett.
Jasmine Crockett. Remember what I said? Is she a relation to the late, great Davy Crockett? I don't think so. Jasmine Crockett, let me tell you, before you even ask, she's a very low IQ person.
What makes Jasmine Crockett a low IQ? This is coming from a man that can barely form a full sentence. This is from a man that seems like he has a reading level of age 5. And honestly, age 5, I feel like people are reading better than him. What makes her have a low IQ? Because she's a black woman? Probably the most educated group of people in our country are black women, the most educated. And she is quite educated. She has a full-on JD. What makes her low IQ, Donald Trump?
I mean, if we ever had to pass an aptitude test, that's the one should take one because she shouldn't even be in the crowd. So I have no idea what you're going to, but I don't think we should waste our time. This is a low IQ person who I can't even believe is a congressperson. Between her and Ilhan Omar and the group. I met the head of Somalia. Did you know that? And I suggested that maybe he'd like to take her back, and he didn't want it. He said,
mind you, this is happening in the White House. This is happening in the White House. The president, who should really be the president, not just for MAGA, he should be the president, very much like the other side, said that, you know what, I am running to be the president for all of America, not just the Democrats, not just for one party. This is what he has to say about a representative in Congress. About representatives in Congress, because as I mentioned, he mentioned another representative and to send her back to Somalia. I mean, we see the outright racism. This is my biggest issue with MAGA. And I know there's a difference between Republicans and MAGA. I mean, it's becoming a little dim, though. I don't know about y'all. It's becoming a little dim in regards to Republicans versus MAGA. This is my biggest issue for anyone that can pick and choose little elements of what they support about Donald Trump. How do you support anything from this man when he's outright racist? What makes Jasmine Crockett low IQ? I can tell you what makes him low IQ based off of his speech or lack thereof. What makes her low IQ?
I don't want her. Okay, what else? Go ahead. Let's hear what.
I keep saying I feel like we're living in the Twilight Zone. I feel like we're living in the Twilight Zone. Okay, so that is what Donald Trump had to say about Jasmine Crockett. But Jasmine Crockett has been killing it. You know, I don't talk about Jasmine Crockett a lot, but I do see so many clips of her in Congress, and I'm just like, protect her at all costs, because she is still willing to go there and honestly do more than what a lot of Democrats are willing to do. Hakeem Jeffries. But okay. Okay. All right. Jackie said, it's been dim. I know. And I literally had to correct myself as I was thinking about it. I was like, well, no. Well, no. All right. Brandy, no, we have not gone over the Tamar of it all. I'm going to leave that one till a moment. We'll get to that in a moment. Okay. All right. This is a perfect segue for us because I'm not going to be here long tonight because we're already all pushing through these hot topics. Since we're talking about MAGA, let's talk about Candace Owens, because Candace Owens seems very concerned because you know the Charlie Kirk of it all. Okay, before we get to that, let's talk about Jimy Kimmel. So Jimy Kimmel, as you know, came back, had all kinds of record-breaking premieres this week. I see Jimy Kimmel is filming in Brooklyn. Did y'all know that? You know he does his Jimy Kimmel from Brooklyn. I don't know how often he does it, but he's in Brooklyn. Anyway, so Jimy Kimmel, as you know, has returned to airwaves. Disney returned to airwaves. However, Nextstar and Sinclair said that they would not be airing his show. Well, they're turning a page on that. According to the BBC, Jimy Kimmel Live will now appear again on all ABC channels. Sinclair Broadcast Group and Nextstar Media Group announced on Friday that they will bring the show back to their ABC affiliates after a week-long ban. The two companies, who carry dozens of ABC stations across the U.S., pulled the program over comments Kimmel made about Charlie Kirk's death. Again, we need to clarify that. He didn't make comments about Charlie Kirk's death. I still have the audio here, and I'm going to play it again, because our country has become literally what they've accused other countries of media manipulation. Because I think they think if you say something enough, that will make it true. Okay? So let me play for you what Jimy Kimmel actually said. And we're using this under fair use and research purposes.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right...
He moved so quickly on from Charlie Kirk. He was like, I think pretty good. And as you can see over here, construction.
There you see all the trucks. They just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty. Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction.
Jimy Kimmel never mentioned Charlie Kirk's death. And one of the things in us covering this story that we forgot to mention, after Charlie Kirk's death, Jimy Kimmel was one of the people to denounce political violence. So all of that drama, I'm glad, though, for the drama. You know why? Not for clicks and likes and views like some people. I was glad for the drama because it was an opportunity for all of us to be educated on how TV works. especially learning about companies like Sinclair and Nextstar. There were a lot of people that had no idea. They also had no idea that these companies were trying to buy out more stations than they legally were allowed. But they were trying to have the federal government approve that. So that was their motivation. Sinclair was also the ones that said, only way that Jimy Kimmel can return is if he apologizes and donates to Charlie Kirk's company Turning Point. None of that happened. Okay? All right. So I wanted to mention that. So Sinclair and Nextstar, at the end of the day, they need to make money. But now we see you, Sinclair and Nextstar. We see you and we see what you're trying to do. Okay? All right. Let's move on from there. Let's talk about Candace Owens. So Candace Owens, if you followed and you came on the Kempire After Dark summer tour, I talked about Candace Owens. I normally do not talk about Candace Owens unless it crosses over into some sort of pop culture related news. But this was interesting because we have been talking about the Jimy Kimmel and the Charlie Kirk of it all. So she went on her social media sort of like giving out this emergency announcement because I don't know if she wanted to sort of like save herself or at least put it out there before something happens to the person that allegedly unalived Charlie Kirk. You remember originally they said it was someone that was transgender. And then when they said it wasn't the transgender person, then it was they were saying that, oh, his roommate was transgender. Okay. Come to find out, we have never found any person from the LGBTQ community associated with this man. Okay? So Candace Owens went on her social media, and I'm going to read to you some of the posts that she posted, okay? So one of her first posts said this: I want to break this news immediately because it feels important, and I think if I don't break it immediately, something bad might happen. So that's what caught my attention this evening. I was like, what? What do you mean bad? She continues. Candace says, I hope I have earned the trust. No, you didn't, girl. I hope I have earned the trust enough of the people to believe me when I say that I have verified this information but cannot reveal the source. She then says, Tyler Robinson is not, he does not want to unalive himself. That is the person that they're alleging is the one that took Charlie Kirk out. Okay? The entire narrative that was placed in the media about him having been wanting to unalive himself, I'm changing the words, is completely fictional, as are many other aspects of what we've been told, she reported. Then Candace Owens says his father having, quote, turned him in after a confession is also complete fiction. To the contrary, Tyler Robinson maintains his innocence and has never even been to the UVU campus. She says there are absolutely zero photos or video that the campus can produce to the contrary. Candace continues, says, which is why they have produced nothing other than a blurry image which Tyler's family knows is not him. Tyler has never once expressed a unaliving thought. I want to make that clear. The federal government is lying about absolutely everything other than the fact that it is his GUN. Okay. She then says this. Candace says, not that we needed further substantiation, but Tyler Robinson did not author this Discord messages. I would like to again stress that he has never been to UVU campus, but, and I need to confirm this later, I believe he was around the campus on that day. I will have more on this later, but I wanted to immediately publish that Tyler Robinson's unaliving narrative, plus that the dad that did the right thing after realizing his son was guilty is a federal concoction. Britt says, she in danger, girl. This is exactly why I was like, wait a minute. But there's so many people. As you know, she's also embroiled in this Macron, you know, the French president and his wife lawsuit, defamation lawsuit. So you already have international people that are after you. She was mad at the White House for not protecting her when it comes to this lawsuit. So now she's talking about this, saying the federal government is trying to cover this up. Sidebar, speaking of the federal government, did you guys see the breaking news yesterday about the federal government indicting James Comey, the former FBI director, for things that he said in 2020? And they fired one of the people within I can't even think of that. They fired one of the federal attorneys in regards to this because she refused to bring the charges against him because she was like, these charges have no weight. Remember, just a couple of months ago, James Comey's daughter, Maureen Comey, who was the head of the Diddy trial, she also lost her job. And it had nothing to do with her losing the Diddy trial. Everyone was saying the reason why she lost her job was because of her father and her association to her father. I just don't understand how we are seeing in front of our faces outright lawlessness, outright unconstitutional behavior. I don't understand in this country what is happening. And this is why I press Democrats as well, because you also are not doing anything. You're not doing anything. You're seeing outright lawlessness and you're not doing anything. Another MAGA dislike. Thank you for the 402 of you that have liked the video. Thank you. We got 3 MAGA folks in the building. Keep watching. Yeah, see, that's how. Okay, I'll save it. I'll save it. Keep watching though. They don't get by watching and disliking engagement. Dummy. Anyway, I just don't understand. I look at some of between the lawlessness, the outright racism, the outright sexism. I just heard that the Atlanta airport is losing federal funds because they refuse to enter DEI. Reminder, white women benefit the most from DEI, not black people. We're low on the totem pole. Okay, thank you. 4 MAGAs. Come on, 4 MAGAs. Maya Park said they love to hate watch. Keep watching, baby. And shout out to the 463 of you. Let me focus on the love, okay? So there's just so much going on. I don't talk all about it, so please understand. I know I cover pop culture, but please understand I am very much aware politically what's going on. I don't always get into politics, and for the handful of you that will be in the comments section later, it's like, I don't come here for the politics. I'm sorry. I'm not here to make you feel comfortable. All right? I will not be a part of the problem of being mute when I have a platform I can use of nearly over 500,000 people. I'm not doing it. If you don't like it, come back for the next live. You see the title? Come on now. Anyway, I've digressed. Exactly. Mahogany says, stay strong, Atlanta, because stand strong. They said, we're not ending DEI. Shout out to the airport there. Made me want to come on down. Jamie says, reading is fundamental. Look, the Kempire Book Club coming soon, because maybe we need to start really encouraging reading. Maybe we do. Not maybe, we do. It's important. It's fundamental. And our educational system here in America, y'all got it all wrong, but it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. This is why we have the conversations. All right? Exactly. Angel says, your platform, your voice, F them haters. Exactly. And thank you to the over 500 of you that have liked the video. If you're just joining us, we are talking about a bunch of hot topics. We don't, as I said before, we don't just talk about reality television, but we do. But we talk about other things, including politics and pop culture, because politics is a part of pop culture. Don't forget, I was also live early for our Real Housewives of Orange County recap. I was live for our Real Housewives of Miami recap. So if this is not for you, you can go watch those. I was also on Jolene Lunzer's YouTube channel yesterday talking about Big Brother. Some of you don't even know that I watch Big Brother and that I love Big Brother. So if you want to hear all my thoughts on Big Brother, the reality show, head on over to her YouTube channel. Mods, if we can post a link in the live chat, that'd be fantastic. Go give it a like. Go drop your elephants and your crowns and go give her a follow as well. I'll be back on there at some particular point. I was also on the Behind the Velvet Rope podcast this week as well for part 2 of my conversation with David Yontif. So if you want some more reality TV, just saying. All right, so back to this. I'm not done. I'm not done. I have some more things that I need to talk about, including Tamar Braxton. So yesterday I did a video talking about Tamar, okay? Talking about Tamar because the sneak peek into the new season of the Braxtons came out. So a lot of people were reacting to the clip that came out. And specifically the fight between Toni Braxton and Tamar. So I'm going to play the clip for you under fair use for research and commentary purposes. Because I commented under this particular video. Shout out to our friends over at the Neighborhood Talk. Let me first find the video. Please and hold. Because I had it queued up and then I lost it. Please and hold. And I haven't talked about the David situation. You know, the singer David and the unaliving of the teenager in his Tesla found. Okay, let me play this clip for you.
Hello.
Oh, actually, I had it queued up here. This is why I had it queued up from YouTube. Shout out to our friends over at WeTV. WeTV, I'm playing this under fair use.
With us. Well, you already know why I want to film. Well, you already with us. The Braxton series of unfortunate events in the Braxton family lately. What we were told is you didn't want to film with us. Well, you already know why I want to film with y'all. Wait a minute, hold on.
My niece Ashley, who we love very much, posted her videos on social media with some accusations about her family.
And remember, I did a whole video talking about Ashley when she came out with accusations about one of the sisters, the Braxton sisters' husbands, being inappropriate with her through text. She talked about that. I did a video reminding you what she said. So if you want the full story, be sure to check that out. So we talked about Ashley. So Ashley was invited to be on Tamar's podcast. She's also going to be included in this season of the Braxtons. Who remembers our recaps of the Braxtons last season when it comes to Tracy, her son, and them not wanting the father to be included, even though they were talking about him? Okay? All things planned. I'm going to save your comments so I can get back to that.
My family was a little surprised.
Well, there was a lot going on the internet.
Tamar announced that she would be interviewing our niece Ashley on Tamar's podcast. I didn't think it was a good idea.
I am getting Ashley here. You're not going to make me feel bad about that. I wanted her to come to a safe place to tell her story.
And all of this happened right before we started shooting season 2 of the Braxtons.
Next thing I know, y'all tried to shut down my entire business.
Don't say y'all.
Pause. She said, y'all try to shut down my entire business.
Sending a cease and desist is shutting down my business. Exhibit B.
Not them trying to shut up Ashley. It's important for you to note what she's saying here. Because to me, intention's important. And we know Tamar has talked about the abuse that she experienced and that no one was there for her. She even talks about it in this clip.
The cease and desist. I got a cease and desist before Ashley was on my podcast. I didn't even say anything. I was not involved in any way, shape, or form.
Pause. So this is Trina talking about her not being involved in the cease and desist, because remember, as soon as Ashley's story came out, a lot of people were assuming that the husband was Gabe, the late Gabe, that we've seen on Braxton Family Values. So people were blaming her. Because keep in mind, Ashley said that after her aunt, one of the aunts, we don't know who, found out about these inappropriate texts from the husband at the time, she was supportive, but then all of a sudden she wasn't as supportive or very warm towards Ashley over the years.
Of sending a cease and desist letter, my name was nowhere on it. Nobody wanted to come to my defense.
So you're going to sit there and say, Toni Braxton?
Toni Braxton, I got you.
Toni Braxton? No, Toni Braxton ain't never had your back.
I got Toni Braxton.
I want to know record.
I want to be.
You want to say I don't have your back?
You didn't have my back when
with a heavyweight. Don't put me, Tamar.
I didn't understand Tony when she said you're effing with a heavyweight. Okay.
No, quit Tony.
I mean, it is Tony Braxton. But I know it's Tony Braxton. Tony Braxton is revered. We love Tony Braxton.
Braxton. And then when Tony said we need to have her on the show, I told you we need to have Ashley on the show.
Aaliyah in the chat says Ashley's dad had threatened legal action. I talked about that in yesterday's video in covering this story, that her dad, Michael, had threatened legal action against her. I'm assuming the cease and desist came from him, but maybe we'll find out during season 2 of the Braxtons. I don't know.
Never say that. Yes, I've never said that. She's lying. It's around my mother. Don't swear your mother. I said just show her the Chiglin circuit, and we shouldn't do it. You said have her on the...
Tony said that Tamar's podcast, Tamar, where's Tamar's podcast? Where's her podcast today? Is she still doing her podcast? No, she's probably on her farm, but still in the comments section. We'll get to it.
This is not the forum. You said that. This is not the forum. You said that. Don't you go there.
So Tony wanted Ashley to be on the Braxtons to talk about the abuse? Now Tamar Tony gets up and she pushes away the table, and now she's in Tamar's face. So now they're rewinding to 3 weeks earlier. I'm going to play this because I think it's important, because you're going to hear Trina talk about this. For me, when Trina talks about this with Tawanda, it confirms that she's the aunt, in my opinion, based off of this preview. So this scene is with Tamar and Ashley sitting down for a meal at Cocina Mexicana.
Thank you.
My gosh, I'm hungry.
Me too.
Thank you. Perfect.
Why was it important for you to reach out to Ashley and invite her to come on your podcast and talk about her story?
Well, I'm Ashley's aunt. She is my brother's daughter, and I know what it's like to be in pain and no one comes to your aid. Okay? The difference between me and Ashley is that I went to my family for help, and they told me they wasn't gonna help me. And I wanted to offer that to her because I felt like it wasn't offered to me.
How do you feel about the platform that Ashley is being given?
So this is Tawanda and Trina talking about the Ashley of it all.
I think sometimes people take the opportunity that's given to them without even thinking about the repercussions.
You should never hear something about your family through social media first, period.
People who have absolutely no knowledge or idea of the situation were bullying me.
Right.
I was devastated. I was absolutely devastated. I told you, I'm sorry that this has happened to you, and I embraced you. But if there was something additional that you needed from me, why didn't you call me?
So for me, that was Trina confirming that the Ashley story had to do it. I'm assuming, again, this is just a sneak peek, but for me, that's where it felt like I was like, oh, so you were the aunt, and it was Gabe that allegedly, I don't know, was the one that had the inappropriate texting with Ashley when she was 16 years old.
What is your objective? What in your prayer, what would you like to accomplish for you? Are you concerned about your family?
What I'm saying is a lot.
I think
it's important for me to note Tamar's expressions when she says what she's saying is a lot. Tamar's like, oh, look, oh, she falls back in her chair. I'm like this is not the reaction that is needed in a moment when someone's talking about abuse.
It'll be a surprise for people.
So that is the clip that was going viral yesterday that WeTV released when it comes to this. So the Neighborhood Talk posted this, and I put in the comment section, hold on, let me bring this up. In the comment section, it said, I'm noticing a trend with this new era of the Braxtons. Last season was used Tracy as a storyline, and now this season is used their niece. And I say that because you remember us covering last season, and it felt like they were using Tracy's son as a storyline. However, they refused to let Tracy's husband, the widow, tell his side of things. And you're like, oh, he's not going to be on this platform. But they were painting some other narrative around what he did for Tracy, saying that he went against what Tracy wanted. Remember that? And we were also talking about the way that they were utilizing the nephew, and it was just like, this feels icky. This feels wrong. So when I saw this clip, I was like, this is giving the same vibe. Because look, we understand that Tamar went through her abuse and she wanted to be there for her niece. You can be there for your niece without having your niece on your podcast. You can be there for your niece without putting this on television. How does this benefit your niece? How does this benefit your niece? So that's why, for those that didn't watch last season, I was like, this is feeling like what they did last season. First it was the nephew, now it's the niece. But that's my opinion. But remember, Tamar says, did Tamar never release the project? Remember she said she wasn't releasing the project? Okay. So why this morning I see Tamar respond? Because Tamar must have time. Tamar must be in the blogs. All right. So she comments this. Let me pull up the comment. She says, no, for real, stay out of this. This isn't entertainment. Girl, you put this on a reality show. You also put it on a podcast. She then says, no, for real, stay out of this. This isn't entertainment. This is Ashley's story, and your hate for me surpasses this. Hate for you? Hate for you? Girl, I don't know you. I don't know you, and I don't care to know you. You put this out. When you put something out on a television show, there will be people that will have an opinion on it. You're not new to this. She continues, she said, this is Ashley's story, and your hate for me surpasses this. And if not, may your soul rot in hell. May your soul rot in hell. Well, let me tell you this, girl. I won't be going to hell. Maybe you got a one-way ticket to hell, but that's not where I will be. Okay? Not for me, it was that part. May your soul rot in hell. Really? Really? I know you thrive in drama, Tamar. So I think you thought going after a blogger, podcaster, that this would become a big back and forth. And nope, it's not going to be. I'm reporting on what you responded, okay? Singer says she's so dramatic. Always. It's always consistent. And this is why I was just like, what are your true intentions here? And of course, people are going to, I'm not the only one that's going to question her intentions. Like, if this is your first inclination, let's go on a podcast. No, let's go to therapy. Let me just tell you, I am here for you any way that I can be here for you. Let me spend time with you. Let me be there for you. No, let's do a podcast. No, let's bring it on the Braxtons for season 2, where I'm going to be full time and I'm an executive producer. Just saying. Wait, she wasn't done. Let me go back. For those that just joined us, this is Tamar in the comment section of the Neighborhood Talk. All right, so she says, no, for real, stay out of this. This isn't entertainment. Okay. This is Ashley's story, and your hate for me surpasses this. I have no hate for you, Tamar. Just an FYI. I have no feelings for you in the least bit. Not one feeling at all for you. She says, your hate for me surpasses this. And if not, may your soul rot in hell. First of all, I don't even know if this makes any sense. And she says, and if not, may your soul rot in hell. Your choice, but God bless you. What? Wait. But God bless you. Girl, you need real help. You need real help. Help that we, the community, cannot give to you. This should be your time to really go and heal. Because you are the common denominator in all of your drama. You are the common denominator in all of your drama. And you're the first one to say, oh, I'm going to therapy and I'm healing, I'm doing this. No, you really need to heal. And you of all people should know, like, parading your niece out on this reality show is not the healing that she needs. She needs to be heard by her aunt. She needs for you to facilitate maybe a conversation with her father and Trina or Tony, whoever is the aunt that was involved. I'm telling you, even back then when I heard that, Ashley was coming here to be on the podcast, I was like, this feels a little exploitive. This feels a little exploitive. Mary Jane says, call K. Michelle. No, I don't need to call K. Michelle. I'm not trying to get K. Michelle involved in this. I'm not trying to get paid for my pain like Funky, okay? But you all were in the comment section and you saw it, okay? Anyway, so I wanted to make sure that you guys saw this for records. Ashley was also in the comment section, as you can see under Tamar telling me to rot in hell, but God bless me at the same times. Ashley says, hi, so it's me. The interesting thing about trauma is that you actually don't choose it to happen to you, and you just have to find your way to deal and heal. I decided to share my story in December of last year because I know a lot of people can understand and relate to me, and it's my journey to make a change in the world. And we want that for you, Ashley. And I felt Ashley coming to social media was her way of trying to help others. However, I felt like Tamar trying to put it on a podcast, I didn't feel the true intentions there. And then for this to play out this season after last season, it felt exploitive of the nephew. Literally what I said, it's feeling like a pattern in this new era of the Braxtons. That's what I said. I said what I said, and I'm standing on it. K Unique said, you better get paid for your pain. I ain't got no pain. The only way I would be in pain is if I really thought that I was going to hell. I'm not going to hell. I'm telling y'all right now, this one, Kemp, is not going to hell. All right? This one's not going to hell. This is why it's so interesting when people like to say, or who they think you are in the comment section. Someone asked me this recently in an interview. You know, how do you deal with the comment section? I don't pay attention to it. I do not pay attention to it. I'm not going to allow strangers that have their own issues define who I am as a person. And for those that are content creators that are following this as well, or watching this, don't get swept up in the comment section. I'm not saying every once in a while a comment won't irk my nerve, but you also know I don't spend time in the comment section. I got too much other things going on. And when you have an actual life outside of social media and outside of your job, that's why I say when you see hateful people at the workplace, that's because they're hateful at home too. They ain't got nothing at home. No, I'm not thinking about Tamar. Once I'm done with this, I'm done with it. Done with it. Rahina, thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you for coming to the show and bringing your sisters to our live show, our sold-out New York City live show. Thank you, Rahina, for always supporting. And you know what? We're going to get back to our dating lives. Stay tuned. Give me a moment. We'll get back to our dating lives because I miss doing that on a Friday night. Rahina says, get her, Kempire. Why do I feel attacked? Not my Kempire. She is a fool. She said, rot in hell, Rahina. She told me to rot in hell. And then God bless you. What in the... Okay. Mr. Melon Magic, thank you for the super chat and for being a member. Mr. Melon Magic says, Ventilator Edges is using Ashley for a storyline. And I'm sure a lot of people felt that way as well. A lot of people probably felt that way as well. But I was actually really surprised. I don't know why I'm surprised, because I know Tamar stays in the social media, even though she's healing. She's healing, right? She's healing. All right. I am going to drop the call-in link for those that want to call in and share their thoughts on any of the hot topics that we shared. I'm going to first share it with our members on YouTube. So let me do that now. Keep liking the video, guys. Let's get to 750 likes, and I'll drop the call link for the general audience. We do this every once in a while. I forgot to delete the other call-in link. Let me delete that. Or y'all call that one. All right, so let me drop the call-in link for everyone. Then we're gonna round this out because, like I said, I got things to do. It's a Friday night, but I do got things to do. I'm not going out, but I have other things that I could be doing. All right, but I wanted to do this because I promised you guys early when I was live for Real Housewives of Miami. V, thank you so much for the super chat. V says, we were about to start windmilling for you, Kempire, but I know we're too classy. Well said. Thank you, V. I appreciate it. And V's in the military, so she can windmill. Okay. Thank you, V. I appreciate the support. Yeah, we're not fighting with Tamar. She's lucky I even talked about it because I really was not going to even talk about it. But now it's just like, not rotten hell. Not rotten hell. Oh, Armaine says, if anything, what I got from Tamar's comment is that she is watching you, Kempire. Keep her hate watching. Because, yeah, I've reported on Tamar so many times here on the channel. I know she watches. Come on now. Tamar and I go way back, and she knows way back from when, okay? Big Miss Muffin, thank you so much for being a member and for being a member for 30 months. We appreciate it. She says she has fell out with Craig Ryder, Funky, and Sisters, and Candy, and K. Michelle. Like, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Lonnie Love, come on, run down the list. If this was my daytime talk show, very much like how Wendy Williams had her fall of shame, we would have the Tamar wall, all the beefs that she's had. Bring it up. Bring it up. Classy, thank you so much for being a member for 6 months. We appreciate your support. Says Kempire skin is glowing. Don't let Tamar eat you. No, I'm good. After this, like I said, I got a full life. I'll be done. I'll be done with it. I got things. I got to get a facial tomorrow. I got things to do. All right. I got places to be. Got shopping to do too. Okay. All right. Be sure to like the video if you haven't liked it already, guys. It's an easy and free way of supporting not just my channel, but other channels as well. We will also be posting the audio of this live on the Kempire podcast while you're there. For those that are listening to the podcast version, be sure to share your thoughts and opinions and give us a 5-star rating there. If you came to the live, Jessie Woo, thank you, Nadine. I forgot about Jessie Woo as well. T.I. and Tiny, she was fighting with them too. Look, come on now. So many people. Okay. All right. All right, live chat. I'm going to drop the call link for you guys as well, but I did want to talk briefly because I haven't really covered the story. But all things planned, says Kemp. I was wondering if you covered the David and Celeste story. I have not. And there's a lot of information there. David is a singer, not a singer that any of us knew, but he had a following. He was on tour when police found Celeste Rivas' body in a plastic bag in a Tesla that is registered under his name. He has since canceled his tour dates and things like that. He has not been arrested or charged. Let me see if there's any update in regards to this story, just so that we can give you a quick little quick update in regards to this. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Let me say multi-platinum. He's multi-platinum? I'm sorry. R&B singer David, but he spells his name a little bit different. D4VD, okay, has reportedly moved out of the Hollywood Hills mansion he was living in amid the investigation into the dismembered remains of a missing 15-year-old girl found stuffed in the trunk of a Tesla registered to him earlier this month. Movers were spotted outside the $20,000 a month rental in the 1300 block of Doheny Place on September 24th, where they were seen loading boxes, presumably of the musician's belongings, onto a moving truck. The movers were on the property for about 2 hours. A red Tesla registered to his manager was also driven off the property. The remains of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, her head and torso, according to the Los Angeles Police Department, were discovered on September 8th, after employees at the Hollywood Tow reported a foul odor coming from the Tesla, which had been on the lot for 5 days after it was reported abandoned in the Hollywood Hills. I heard it was like a heat wave too that week, so that probably made it worse. The teen had been missing from Lake Elsinore since April of 2024, when she was just 13. She's been missing that long. But there's video footage of her hanging out with David. She appears to have been deceased inside the vehicle for an extended period of time, the medical examiner's report stated. The LAPD said the vehicle, which had Texas plates, was registered to David Anthony Burke, 20, the real name of the artist who is from Texas. The other reason why people immediately thought it was him was because of what's in his music. And the things that he describes in his music is very similar to what is happening right now in real life. Yeah. Disturbing music. If you've ever listened to his music, I can't. I'm very sensitive to my ears when it comes to what I ingest. So the Tesla was reported located not far from the $20,000 a month rental home Burke was staying in. Her mother claims that before she went missing, she had a boyfriend named David. It also later emerged that there was reportedly several photos of the two together on social media, including where the singer appears to be with a teen not far from his family's Lake Elsinore home. Burke and the 15-year-old also reportedly had matching tattoos on their right index fingers with the letters shh. Rihanna did that first, right? Along with the song titled Romantic Homicide, TMZ reported that in a leaked song, the artist is heard singing about a person named Celeste with the lyrics that include, "Oh, Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed." Leaked in December of 2023, the track was titled Celeste Demo Unfin. Last week, a former science teacher at the Lakeland Village School in Lake Elsinore was filmed telling students at a different school that Rivas met the singer through social media. He also said that she had run away to Hollywood months before her April 2024 disappearance, but was found by police and returned home. While Burke has not spoken publicly about the investigation since news of the teen's alleged connections to the singer broke, he has lost several endorsements. His album has been indefinitely held back, and both his U.S. and European tour dates have been canceled. Observers have noted that some of the R&B singer's music is eerily macabre, with him performing in what looks like a bloodied shirt, a coffin on stage, and lyrics like, "In the back of my mind, I unalived you." I'm changing the words. "I unalived you, and I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you." Excuse me? There's also a music video released in February this year that features a body being dragged and put into the trunk of a car. Oh, hell no. Police have also identified Burke, who has reportedly cooperated with investigators as a suspect. They have said, however, that a search warrant was executed on September 17th at the Hollywood Hills home where David had been living, according to TMZ's reporting. But here's the thing. There's been so much time in between, God only knows when she was unalived, and now. Several items of evidence were recovered and will be analyzed by detectives in the coming days. This is an ongoing investigation, the LAPD spokesperson confirmed to KTLA. Investigators are following up on several leads. Both police and the 15-year-old girl's family have said very little else about the investigation. A man who identified himself as Rivas' brother would only tell KTLA that the family was, quote, grieving. On September 21st, a candlelight vigil was held for the teenage girl in Lake Elsinore, where some of the mourners were demanding justice for Celeste. This really hits home as a mom, one attendee named Evelyn told KTLA. This could have been anybody's kid. On Tuesday this week, investigators released Rivas' remains back to her family, likely meaning the LA County Medical Examiner's Office has completed an autopsy and lab tests and likely determined a cause of death, though the detail has not been yet released to the public. So far, no arrests have been made in the case. That is really, really, really scary. So we're going to have to wait and see. I know a lot of people are thinking that he did it. I don't know if he did it or not. I mean, there's a lot of evidence in regards to that, but regardless, someone did it. Someone did it. A crime was committed here. And if they didn't necessarily do it, someone covered it up. But okay. All right, let's get to some calls. Keep in mind, guys, the opinions of the callers do not represent the opinions of myself, the Kempire LLC, or our sponsors. They agreed to abide by the timer. They also agreed to not to use any derogatory statements, profanity, et cetera, et cetera. All right. Let me just say thank you. We had a couple of super chats. Chris Chrysler, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate your support. Guys, you can also support just by liking the video. Oh, we have 777 likes. Angel number. All right. BB, thank you so much for the super chat. BB says, Tamar arguing with Tommy. Zeus baddie Tommy should have told us that she's unwell. She's Krishan, she is Krishan with access and money. She should be praying for her own soul. That part, BB. That part. All right. Let me get to the callers. Okay. Let's bring up Janelle. Janelle, what did you want to share about this story? About any of the stories? We talked about a lot.
Bonjour, Kempire.
Hey.
Yo, let me tell you. Okay, I don't have much to say about Tamar except I need her to go to bed. Because we're all tired at this point. About the David story, I've been following that. I have never listened to this man's music. He is more Gen Z, Gen Alpha. That's that's above my pay grade. I'm not doing that. But child,
Can he sing? Can he sing?
In what context?
Like, oh damn.
Okay, you know what? Do you ever remember this comment that Remy Ma said years ago that everybody's mumble rapping?
Mm-hmm.
I think she said that on Love and Hip Hop or an interview. I forget which. It's now this generation. It's not that it's a lack of like singing ability. It's just more so that they're not belting it out like Whitney and Mariah.
Okay. So
if that makes sense.
His range is limited.
His range is limited, but I also think his music is limited because somebody that I know that goes to my old acting studio played me some of his music, and I said, "What are we doing?" I said, "What?" I was like, "What are we?" I was like, "What? What are we doing?" It was so like it was just not my cup of tea. It was just I was like,
would you say he's like a Frank Ocean? Someone and Funky just said he could sing. He's similar to Frank Ocean.
Don't insult Frank Ocean.
I'm about to say, I'm like.
I love me some Frank Ocean. Don't insult him like that. Let me stop. I don't even know this man. But
wait, Elizabeth said he's a good singer. Yes, he's a good singer. I need to go. I don't really, again, especially because of what he's singing. I don't like to invite that stuff into my.
You know what it is for me is, and honestly, as a person who grew up on T-Pain, I don't mind any technological modulations when it comes to the music. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
However, it feels, in my opinion, some music, it feels so heavy on it outside of the, like, I don't mind it in like EDM or like house music, but I feel like when we're getting into like rap, R&B, pop, I'm like, ooh, I kind of need a break. Because if I wanted that modulation, I would go to EDM. I'll go to house. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's just not my cup of tea. I'm gonna listen to the people. I'm gonna listen to the people in the chat, and they said he could sing. You know, if they like it, I love it.
I guess.
But let me tell you, okay. I'm gonna be very careful about the words I say because of the YouTube algorithm. Okay. And I put asterisk on some of the letters I put in the chat because I didn't know what would trigger it or not. But when they found the child,
Celeste.
Because can I just want to say this also about the media coverage about this case? They keep saying she was 15. No. She was 14 when she passed away. They found her on what would have been her 15th birthday.
Also, she died when she was 14.
Yes.
And she was there. She was there with David allegedly when she was 13.
Yeah. No, 11.
Oh yeah, I did hear that.
11. That came out today. That it was 11. Because I heard 13, and then today, Law and Crime, because they've been covering it, they say it was 11.
And how old what's the age difference between them? She's 15, he's 20 now.
He's
a 5-year
20 now.
difference. So he was 16 when. Why are you hanging out? When I was 16, I was not hanging out with no 11-year-old.
Right. Listen, you know
no
what?
offense to 11-year-olds. Just like,
as a person who recently taught 5th and 6th graders, I could tell you one thing. There's nothing to be attracted to. Nope. Nothing. I don't get it. I don't see it.
Not even just attraction, but like hanging out. Even hanging out, like
power. It's an abuse of power, and I do not understand it because I don't know how you would look at a child and be like, like I don't get that. Maybe I don't know. I don't see it. I don't know it. Also, someone wrote in the chat, where were her parents? People also have to understand about Celeste. She comes from a lower income household. And the fact of the matter is, the only reason why this case is getting any type of news is because of who David is online. But trust and believe, if that man did not have millions of followers on Twitch, YouTube, or anything else, because she is a Hispanic child and from a lower income household, no one would care. Let's keep it a buck.
And hence why no one really even cared when she was missing for how long.
Right, because they called the cops her parents called the cops 3 different times to report her missing. The first 2 times they were able to bring her back, and then the 3rd time they weren't able to find her. And the part that freaks me out is that allegedly her older cousin, now, because I've heard reports that it was an older cousin, and I've also heard reports that it was an older sister. I don't know. We're going to say relative because everyone has differing terms.
Yeah.
But according to reports, allegedly her older cousin pimped her out to David David was because word in the streets is that he had a certain predilection for the younger variety. And I personally do not get it. I don't get it.
Unfortunately,
but okay.
There's a lot of this stuff happening, and I think slowly but surely it's getting exposed.
Yes, it's getting exposed, and the thing is that also there were 2 Celeste. It was more. Yes, listen.
Wait a second. Okay, keep going.
There were 2 Celeste. So there was a Celeste that was unfortunately found unalived in the front trunk of the Tesla. And then there was another.
Wait a minute,
Celeste.
what, the front trunk? There's a front trunk?
Yeah, okay. So before we knew about the evils that is Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Also, side note, people who complain to you about pop culture and being tied into politics, and you all need to stop following Obama. Don't read any biographies about JFK and his family. Don't read up on the lore that were the Roosevelts back in the early 20th century. I need you not to look up anything about Watergate and Nixon. I want you to stay all the way out of it, because in America, because we don't have a royal family, politics are directly attached to pop culture. So,
and our president is a former reality star.
Exactly.
And New York City socialite.
Who wrote a book and was and who are out here in these streets doing things that we cannot say on YouTube. Okay? So
Jeffrey Epstein.
But yeah, so the Tesla has 2 trunks. My dad and I went to go test drive a Tesla because we were thinking about trading in an old car that we had for years for a Tesla. This is years ago. And it's a weird car. I am not gonna front. I was like, where are all my buttons? I was like, where are my buttons? And at one point the car was driving for me. I was like, I can't. I'm too much of a control freak for this. I can't do this. It freaked me out. And my dad was like, yeah, this may not be it. And maybe that was God protecting us. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. But yes, there's a front trunk because there's no engine. So because there's no engine, there's a front trunk. And there's also a back trunk as well.
Oh.
So yes, and it's spacious too.
I've been in a Tesla before, because a lot of them are Ubers and things like that. So I've been in it, but I'm not, checking it out.
Back where I'm from in Florida, there's actually a Tesla dealership near me, and that's where we went to go look at it. And the guy showed us where the spare tires could be. But here's also the thing about the Tesla, and this is also tying into maybe why we haven't found out why they haven't labeled a cause of death for Celeste yet. Is because Tesla. It's everything goes up into the cloud. So they're probably figuring out who had ownership of that car.
Oh.
Also, Teslas have a bunch of cameras in that car.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So yes, and so depending on what model you get, because it depends on what model you get and if you pay extra for it. So who knows if he did. But also someone put it best online, that a Tesla's like a walking computer. It tracks everything, and it stops recording your movement when the battery gets down to 20%. So it's at that point, I'm assuming by the time it was found on the side of the road before it was towed, I wouldn't be surprised if it has enough data in there. So we're not gonna trust and believe. And also LAPD is world renowned for their we're not gonna say the H word, their true crime unit, if you catch what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so the fact of the matter is that they're probably gathering all the data because they don't want the defense attorneys to know what's up. And even though they keep saying he's cooperating with authorities, on Law and Crime, they had a defense attorney talk about like what would you do in this case if he was your client. He goes like, cooperating with authorities is me telling the police precinct, when you are ready to arrest my client, please let us know so we are prepared and ready. And that and since you have all the evidence, but please don't make it a surprise because he is a notable figure. That's what cooperating with the authorities is, letting you like, because he compared it to the Diddy trial, because they're like, remember his attorney, Diddy's attorneys gave up his passport.
No.
He also offered his family's passports. That's cooperating with the authorities.
So he will be probably arrested imminently.
I don't know.
Possibly.
But also
wait, but we have to rewind back. Celeste, the other Celeste.
So there's two Celestes, and so the one that were the one where you see the girl's face covered a lot, that's okay. From what people are saying who have been following this man for years, that is the Celeste that was found in the front trunk, or the frunk. That's what they call it, the Tesla dealership.
Okay.
The frunk.
Okay.
There's another Celeste who also would participate in the live stream. The reason why people get them confused is because they look very similar. The difference is that there's like a 2 to 3 year age difference between them. And also one of them in some of the live streams, if I remember correctly, sometimes she strands her hair so that you can see that she's different. But here's the messy part. After this young girl was found in the front, the other Celeste literally went on her Instagram and changed her bio to the other Celeste. I said, y'all really know.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
This new generation is so unserious.
I was like, a girl was found unalived in a frunk. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yo, and I was like, I can't. Maybe I'm getting old. I don't know.
Well, we appreciate you giving us a lot of context. We appreciate that.
Also, they found her. They didn't find her in one piece.
We did mention that.
So, and also one more thing, the guy the defense attorney, he said another reason why they may not be coming out with a cause of death yet is because they're probably trying to see if she may have been pregnant.
I did hear that. Oh.
So anyway, dude's career is done. He's gonna have to pay that $3 million back to Interscope or whoever his record company is, because they advanced it to him. I'm gonna pray for him because only Jesus can help him at this point. Actually, all the higher powers at this point.
Well, that's who Tamar should be saying go rot in hell, not me.
Tamar, you know what? I have to get off because there's other callers. I could start a whole rant about Tamar because I used to love her down. And my mama told me years ago when Braxton first showed up, she was watching it with me and she was like, if you ever act like her, I'ma get you. Because I know that you like to be loud, but you ain't crazy. Anyways, have a wonderful night, Kempire.
Thank you, Janelle, for calling in and giving us more context.
Mind your business and stay moisturized and drink your water. I love that for you, and I hope that will be contagious to people like Tamar. But au revoir, fabulous, good night.
Have a good night, Janelle. Thanks so much. All right, let's bring up Braylon. Braylon, what's going on?
Oh, hey, chat. I could listen to her all night.
I love Janelle. Janelle's been a part of our community for so long.
First of all, I just want to come up here and give you your flowers on your villain tour. Well done to you, good sir.
Thank you.
I believe that you will be the first content creator to have a Vegas residency very soon. I've been saying that for a while.
And I hate Vegas.
No, I'm serious. I'm not playing about that. You work very, very hard.
Thank you.
That last story, I have a pit in my stomach that I what the hell is 2025?
I know.
And what happened to having a village and caring about people and child? Anyway, I just can't.
Braylon, where are you calling from? Before
I'm calling from Ohio.
Okay.
Originally from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh, awesome.
With 47 and Jasmine Crockett, I'm just like, bro, you want to talk about campaign contribution? You use campaign funds to cheat on your wife, and you can't serve on a board for 3 years. You were supposed to pay a lot of money, but somehow you got out of that. And not to mention, too, Jimy Kimmel got back on Tuesday night today, and I broke the news on my YouTube channel. Sinclair is putting Jimy Kimmel back on the air.
Yeah.
I go out for a little bit to give me something to eat. Literally come back in, Kempire, 9 minutes from Variety. Then Nextstar.
Yep.
The same day, put Jimy Kimmel back on. So you want to talk about Jasmine Crockett being low IQ? I have never seen somebody so upset off of somebody else's existence. But then again, when you were a reality star, you went on Jimy Kimmel and everybody else to get fame. And then when it comes to Tamar, I know that you probably have people that you don't like, but even in your coverage, you give everybody love, grace, and space. I mean, every damn body. There's probably some stories on the villain tour that you just mollywopped in. You did not give a damn. But then again, that is the soul on the villain tour. You have a business here. But just to say, to rot your soul in hell, it's just like, if you would say that about a blogger, that makes me wonder how you feel about other people in your life, child. Just, like, do you not realize that we have a president that he could drag Tony Braxton anytime he wanted to? I just don't think Tamar really gets the magnitude of we got bigger issues here than Candace Owens. Child, she exists. She's a human being. But child, until you give a care that your daughter could not be cared for, you have no, you don't get nothing from me. Kempire, love you, brother. Keep going. And I want to give you this too, because the last time we talked, I talked to you about Ebony Magazine being from Little Rock, Arkansas. I made it to 3,225 subscribers.
Congrats.
And total view count is 828,603 views. So you inspire me quite often.
And what's the name of your YouTube channel?
Just Braylon Lee. Braylon Lee's virtual tour. So you inspire me a lot. And I really do believe you will have a Vegas residency. Mark my words on that.
I appreciate that, Braylon. Thank you so much.
No problem. Love you, brother. Talk soon.
Take care. Oh, I love that. I love when you guys call in. All right, let's get to some more callers. We have some people backstage. I told you it's a Friday night. I should be out and about dipping it and doing it. I'm not. I have some other things. I got to get up early for a facial tomorrow. I got to get the face right. Y'all always say, mind you, follow me on TikTok at TheKempire on TikTok and check out my TikTok shop. If you go to my profile, you should be able to find it. And I have all my butter products in there. We were live with butter last Friday for an online shopping event. You missed out on deals if you weren't here. You missed out on giveaways. We're going to do it again before the holidays, so stay tuned for that. Shout out to our friends over at Butter. Angel's backstage. Angel, we speak again. What's going on, Angel? What did you want to share?
Hey, Kempire. I just wanted to start with an RIP to Miss Assata Shakur, because when I read her biography or autobiography many years ago, I could not put it down. It was like the best read ever out of any autobiography I have ever read. And so I'm going to say that off top, like, the things she endured were crazy. And I hope, and I know Angela Davis is going to say some beautiful words about her, because the prelude she wrote in the book many years ago was great. So I just know she's got some good things to say about her. So RIP to her.
Amen.
And then Tamar, that lady, I don't want to give her too much time, but I see why Vince was trying to protect us all those years ago when she used to say on Tiny and T.I.'s show, my husband wants me to stay home. He should have kept you in somebody's basement, Tamar. We do not need you. Like, you bring nothing to us but drama, and we are tired of it at our big ages. So please rest, recover, and then reset out of the public eye. It is time. Like, if your business was ruined by your chicken circuit or whatever Tony said, chitlin circuit, girl, because she has no business ethic. She has no moral compass. Tamar is lost in the sauce, and I don't even know what sauce it is, but she just needs to find that healing, because I don't know who her therapist was, how many she's been through, but I would request a refund. They did not do their job. But because nobody's that broken where they can't be fixed. But Tamar is playing with therapy, because if she was really seeking healing, we would see changes in her character, and she would have some life skills by now that aren't ever populating or loading in her brain. So, and then thanks to Janelle, because I had been hearing things about that David story, and it is so creepy that I hadn't been paying that much attention, because I don't like that satanic stuff. I don't like that energy, but it is so wild. I don't understand how that boy or that young man isn't in jail. Because if his lyrics are what they say they are, and the merch he's selling and all that creepiness, like ew, like you should be in a cell next door to R. Kelly, and that's it.
Thank you, Angel, for calling in.
You're welcome. Good night, Camp.
Good night. All right, we're going to bring Know the Queen up in just a second. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to keep liking the video. It's easy. It's free. We're almost at 900 likes. Thank you to the almost 900 of you that have liked the video. This is our Hot Topics Live. If you're new here, we don't just talk about Real Housewives. We talk about everything in pop culture. So that's why every once in a while I will do a Hot Topics Live to cover some of these stories. And some of them range from politics to other things. And I think now more than ever, you're probably going to see a lot more content on politics here on the channel. Dana, thank you so much for the super chat. Dana says, funny because compared to other commentators, I've always thought that you have Tamar, or I gave Tamar too much grace, but Tamar loves to play the victim. Dana, damn, she said I gave Tamar too much grace. You hear that, Tamar? Because I know you watch. She says I gave you too much grace. You're right though, Dana. There were a lot of times because I believed what she was selling. I've changed, and I'm just like, I can't right now. But thank you, Dana, for the super chat. I appreciate it. All right. Oh, no, the Queen dropped out. I lost her. She'll call back. Let me see what else everyone else is saying in the chat. Lonnie says she needs to get a refund. I'm assuming that has to do with Tamar. Lonnie says she needs to go to Thailand or wherever people go and reset and come back to the States quietly. I mean, she's always said that that's what she's done, and then it's the same behavior. Didn't she just say when she was having the fight with Funky on social media that she canceled her album release and that she was going to her farm, and we were like, what farm? What farm are you going to? So she's back from the farm, and she had a message for me. For those that wanted to see the message, here it is again. She told me, no, for real, stay out of this. This isn't entertainment. This is Ashley's story, and your hate for me surpasses this. And if not, may your soul rot in hell. Your choice, but God bless you. Okay, girl. All right, Know the Queen is backstage. Let's bring Know the Queen up. Know the Queen, what did you want to share?
Hey, I don't have much because I mostly have to complain about YouTube because I keep missing your lives because they're not giving the proper notifications. I only know that you're live when you drop the call-in link. I don't know who you have to call. I don't know who I have to call, but they got fixed up. So I'm getting sick of this.
Do you follow me on, are you on the Discord?
No.
That's probably why, because I did post a Discord reminder that I was going live at 8:30, but it's okay. And normally I do post on X too.
Everything. They got to do better.
Try turning it off and then turning it back on. I know oh no, you know what? Do you follow me on Twitch?
I don't have I'll download Twitch for you.
Twitch notifications are on point. Shout out to everyone on Twitch. Shout out to the people watching on Twitch. Also, they say the quality is better too. So
okay.
Yeah. So follow me on Twitch, or at least that will be your notification that I'm live, and then you can go to YouTube.
Right. Only thing, I don't know if y'all talked about it. I went to Charisse's house.
Oh, Charisse from Real Housewives of Potomac for her estate sale?
Yeah. I was at her house. I got to see the champagne room.
Oh, did you? What? Okay,
Yeah.
Charisse from Real Housewives of Potomac, guys. She's talking about. Okay, what can you tell us?
The steps were broken. I don't know what happened. Somebody ripped the railing out. I don't know if the Avengers were there. Yes. I thought
The
about tripping
Avengers.
just to get a little insurance money because we had to stand outside and wait. But the steps was broken. I got there on the second day, so I heard it was a lot more stuff the first day. It was a lot of stuff in there, a lot of really expensive stuff. She had Fendi chairs.
Oh, Fendi chair. You know, I went to the Gucci store when I was in DC, and they had Gucci chairs. They weren't comfortable though.
Yeah, I didn't know Fendi had chairs. They were selling it for $4,000. So if y'all was in the market for some chairs, each $4,000 each.
How big were they though?
They were nice size, like big, like club chairs.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
okay. Chairs are expensive in general, so I can imagine Fendi chairs. I'm not paying $4,000 for used chairs though.
I walked right past them.
I know that's
She had 4 levels. Her son's shoes were up for sale. I don't know what that was about. It was a lot of them.
What kind of shoes
was
were
like-
they? Were they like
Like sneakers.
Oh.
Like a lot of different sneakers. It was like
All right,
mostly
look,
furniture.
Charisse, are you okay? What's going on?
It looked like everything was going, especially from the pictures and everything. It looked like everything was going. I heard through the grapevine she sold her house for like $2 million.
Okay. All
So
right.
yeah.
Oh. What did she get in that divorce? I don't even know. I don't know anything about her divorce. And mind you, I met Charisse. She was lovely. I get why people get, sort of like blindsided by her because she's very nice. She's very.
Apparently she was there and I missed her.
Oh.
She was there. She waved at everybody that was waiting in line, and the sign-in sheet was a Gucci bag.
Oh.
Right.
Okay. So she's getting rid of everything.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I don't know if she's starting
Did you get
over.
anything?
I don't know what's going on. I got a Vogue book that was $10.
Like
She had some,
a coffee table book?
yeah.
Okay. Damn, she's selling
She had some
everything.
Bath
Even
and
the
Body
coffee
Works
table book. She don't want to keep none of this?
It don't look like it. Like everything, the dining table, the living room set, everything in the champagne room, a whole bunch of shoes and clothes, the bed, TVs.
I'm not buying your bed.
Right.
I'm not buying your bed. Sorry.
But yeah, the TVs, the sound bar, the kitchen set, everything.
Is she leaving Potomac?
I don't know. I missed her.
Oh. Brandy said, I mean, it is a recession. You're right, Brandy.
Yeah.
And look, I can also get this too. Her kids are older. She's probably downsizing. It doesn't automatically mean like there's anything financially going on, guys.
Right.
However, to get rid of everything down to your kids' sneakers? Okay.
Maybe I outgrew them. I don't know.
Wow. Not outgrew him. Her son was at that event too. Very handsome.
I bet.
Yeah. Anything else, Nota Queen?
No, that's all.
That was a lot, though. That was good tea. Thank you. Appreciate you. And I knew about the estate sale, but I have not mentioned it. Someone, I got deep sources in the DMV, and they told me about this estate sale. I was like, oh, really? But I haven't had anyone call in and talk about it, that they went there. All right.
Well, I'm glad to break the news.
Thank you. We appreciate you. And this is perfect timing because next week, Real Housewives of Potomac returns.
Yep.
So, all right. Thank you, Nota Queen.
Thank you.
Bye. And we will be returning, guys, with our recaps of the Real Housewives of Potomac. So if you enjoy content like this, like hot topics, but we also talk about reality television, make sure that you subscribe and make sure you've liked the video. We're almost at 1,000 likes. We talked about a lot. I will I will, after the live, do some timestamps. You're welcome. Look, where's Mama Allie when I need her? So I will add the timestamps to make it easier for the replay crew. So shout out to the replay crew. We appreciate you. But can I go grab a snack and then do the timestamps afterwards? All right, you'll be patient. I mean, the replay crew, you can fast forward, but I'll do the timestamps. Don't worry. See, I'm doing everything. I'm creating the content. I'm producing. I'm showing up. I'm hosting. All of this. Sage, thank you so much for being a member, and thank you for the super chat. Sage says, Kempire, did you see TMZ posted Rihanna's daughter's birth certificate? Shaking my head. The invasion of privacy is getting scary. Thanks for the Friday Night Live. I mean, am I surprised with TMZ? No. But what was the point? What was the point in posting the child's birth certificate? This is why Rihanna gave birth like 11 days before she actually announced it. She really has learned over these last couple of babies how to really keep it under wraps. Oh my goodness, not the birth certificate. What was the point? What was the reason? We know the baby's here. We know the baby's a girl. But okay. Anyway, I do love the name Rocky River. Wait, not Rocky River. No, it's Rocky Irish. But Rocky, what was the other baby's name? Lord have mercy. Now I can't think of it. You guys will let me know in the comments. Anyway, congratulations to Rihanna. All right. Mary said that sounds illegal. Probably. Probably. All right, y'all. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. I will see you all later. Bye, y'all. J Poo says, I just found out she was pregnant a couple of weeks ago. Lit says a birth certificate is a public document, but I understand your point. I mean, yeah, but what was the reason though? Like, what's the point? Why do we need it? Oh, thank you guys, RZA and Riot. I love the names. All R Okay? All of them are ours. I love it. RZA, Riot Rose, and Rocky. I remember, Janelle, thank you. I remember when they came out with Riot Rose, I was like, wait, is that a boy or a girl? I like that she has names that could be either or. It's giving very much they, them. I love it. I love it. You gotta love Rihanna. Okay, RZA, Riot Rose, and Rocky Irish. I like those names. Okay, RZA. And adorable babies. All of them look like Rihanna. Those jeans are strong. those jeans, those Bayesian jeans are strong. Congratulations to, yes, I did listen to Cardi B's new album. I was enjoying it, but now I'm listening to Mariah Carey's new album, which came out today. Here for it all, and I am here for it. It's very classic Mariah. I love that she's giving us a little bit of today, but definitely classic Mariah. So go listen to her new project. I'm gonna go continue to listen to it. I also like that despite her voice has changed, you can hear it in the project, but she stays in her range, and it's really, really good. And Mariah's been out here promoting the hell out of it when she really doesn't need to. She doesn't even need to give us a new project. That Christmas stuff is going to take care of her for the rest of her life and her days. Just saying. And her children's days, and her children's days, and her children's days. Just saying. Anyway. Look, I can't keep. I appreciate all the super chats, guys. Thank you so much. Noda Queen, thank you for the super chat. Noda Queen says the estate sale was through a company called Park Place Downsizing. So clearly that's what she was doing. She's downsizing. Her kids are older. I don't blame former Real Housewives of Potomac star Charisse. Look, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, at some particular point, when I retire, I would downsize too. Like, I feel like I don't need all this stuff. I mean, technically, I downsized. I moved from a house to an apartment. Look, technically, I downsized. I mean, I still got my house, but you know what I'm saying. Noda Queen said, cancel. Oh, I almost banned you, Angel, by accident. Sorry. Noda Queen says, is her boyfriend on the album Anderson .Paak? She never said that that's her boyfriend. In a recent interview, she says, we're in the hand-holding club. You can always rely on Mariah to come up with something new. So they're courting each other, I'm seeing. Okay? Maybe. Okay, maybe. He is on the album, though. He is on the album. I think it's a solid album. I've only given it like one listen, but I was liking everything that I heard. I was. Anyway, Mariah's new album's out. Cardi B's new album is out. Doja Cat's album's out. I haven't listened to it yet. Because she's going in the vein of like a Janet Jackson from the early years. So I kind of want to hear what she did with that. All right. Miss Parker says, Kempire, you moved to a deluxe apartment in the sky. I'm moving. Okay. Get out of here, y'all. I keep saying goodbye. Let me go, y'all. Keep liking the video, though. We're almost at 1,000 likes. Thank you to everyone that liked the video. And thank you to the 4 MAGA folks that disliked the video. It's okay. Okay, keep watching. We appreciate you. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you to our King Scars. Thank you to our channel members. Thank you to our subscribers. And thank you to those of you that are watching, including you, MAGA folks. Maybe you'll learn something. Bye, y'all.
Here we go now.